Develop success from failures. Discouragement and failure are two of the surest stepping stones to success. Dale Carnegie. My friends, let's jump into these charts. This is a Friday where everything is down. Of course, yesterday, everything was shut down in the U.S. for the Juneteenth holiday. And as we roll into Friday, we really don't see a whole lot going on in the market overall. We see stocks are down around 0.5%. Bonds down 0.18%. Gold is about flat. Bitcoin is down 0.44%. So again, it's a Friday after a holiday, and there's just not much going on. So how did we end the week? Well, we did end with above average volume on the S&P 500. Now, as we look, though, you can see that the week, well, let's just, instead of saying last week with a new week, let's say the week beginning the 9th of June. The high that week was 603.28. This week, 602.67. So we didn't reach the higher high. We have a smaller candle. We see things slowing down. As we look at our trade execution summary grid, and don't forget, we have all of that available for our Patreon members. In fact, we email it out to you every day, typically before I even record the show. It's also at the Patreon page. We release all that information at the beginning of the next day. At the end of the next day, so you have it. Now, as I look at the directional probability, it is backing off on the S&P and the NASDAQ 100. As is the back test accuracy, because we have seen things slowing down. Now, you look at where we are on the 2-day. We had 2 dojis, a third doji, and that was the Wednesday-Friday candle sitting right there, a red doji sitting right there on the weekly trend line with all that volume. And you see where the half-day is pushing through. And again, as we look at the volume there, you can see that we have decent volume as the market looks like it could be topping out. We are still bullish, but we're not as strongly bullish as we were, so we are paying close attention. Don't forget, on your trade execution summary grid, you also have the entry and exits along with the expected amount of movement. Now again, we're not a stock, bond, gold, or Bitcoin calling service. We're an education firm, but we want you to practice trade with us, learn by doing. So we do see things slowing down. It's about a ditto when it comes to the NASDAQ. It is actually pushing through the 2-day trend line there with lots of volume, average volume. And again, don't forget, the red volume simply means it opened lower than the prior close, which is another telltale sign that things are slowing down. And of course, at the end of the day, we pushed through the weekly trend line on the half-day chart, and you can see the decent volume there for several days. So we are slowing down in stocks. We're getting really close to the top. On the NASDAQ, we're a little bit of a ways away from the prior top on the S&P, but again, we see things slowing down. We are even less bullish on the NASDAQ than we are on the S&P. And our backtest accuracy is also lower. So we do see things slowing. We'll be paying close attention as to how this new week kicks in. Let's go to 20-year U.S. government bonds, pulling back a little bit for the day. We've gone from, for the prior several weeks, we have been in downward territory. Well, we are switching over to sideways and up. And of course, the directional probabilities listed there in your trade execution summary grid along with your backtest accuracy. It's a little more than a coin toss, but we have seen things bottoming out, and we are going to be paying close attention as we get into the new week to see if things are actually now bottoming and taking off and going to start moving up strongly. About flat for the day, like I said, down 0.18%, so just barely down. You can see down in the morning, recovered some in the afternoon. For the last day and a half, we can see as volume has been reducing. We are above the weekly trend line on both the 2-day and the half-day and the weekly. We have a bigger candle. The candle size has been increasing on the weekly chart. right up there just at average volume. This week as volume's been going down on the average, we're going up to meet it. So keep a close eye on 20-year U.S. government bonds as they appear to be getting stronger in the bullish upside. Let's go to gold. We are still bullish on gold. It's getting better as far as our bullishness goes. We're seeing that percentage increase. You'll see that on the trade execution summary grid. Ended with a red doji on the 2-day. Didn't have average volume. We can see where gold has been moving down mostly over the last several days, but staying above that critical weekly trend line. So as we have moved through this week, we didn't reach the high that we reached last week, but we did stay in the green. And again, we are seeing a little push up in our bullishness. So we'll watch, wait and see as we get into the new week. We didn't have average volume. We hadn't had average volume going all the way back to that interim low that we had that one red week in an otherwise sea of green back on May the 12th. But gold has just been ticking along for the last several weeks. Lastly, we'll take a look at Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin up to? It pulled back 0.44%. We are still, and again, a little more than a coin toss, bullish on Bitcoin. We ended up the week with a doji. That means lots of indecision. And we have red volume, which means we opened lower than the prior close. We just didn't take off for the week. We saw on Monday where things popped up and then pretty much red down candles but for this morning and then rolling over in the afternoon. But look at all that volume in the morning. And then it all just shaved off and rolled over. So we will keep an eye on Bitcoin as we hit average on the weekly, the 2-day, and above average during the day on Friday. That is where we are, my friends. So thank you for being with us. Like I said, Patreon members, please always check your email. If you don't see your email from us each day, giving you the complete trade analysis on all of these with all the numbers, the background, the reason. It's an in-depth report that you get each and every day. If you're not seeing that, then always go to the Patreon page where we upload it there first, and you'll always have it. So if you're traveling, can't get to your email, then of course just go online to our Charting Wealth at Patreon, and you will see it all uploaded there for you each and every day. Thank you so much, my friends. You want to support the work we do here, we would sure appreciate you helping underwrite the cost of the channel at any of the 3 levels of Patreon support. And of course, you get my latest book for free when you sign up. Well, I say for free. It's part of the incentive for becoming a supporter. You will get my new book, 3-Wave Trading Advantage. Plus, you'll get our 3-part series, Options Made Simple, The Charting Wealth Way. You want to learn about options? We got the best training for you, and it comes with your Patreon membership. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth.